Hi, I'm Aäron and I love to cook vegan food.
And I am Selene and I love to eat Nicaraguan food.
This is why we have created 10 recipes that are both vegan and traditional Nicaraguan.
And we are going to start with Gallo Pinto, a typical or traditional dish of fried rice and beans.
Now, of course, it is a bit lonely to only serve the Gallo Pinto, so we are going to serve a traditional Nicaraguan dinner.
With
coleslaw,
Ensalada de Repollo,
a tomato dip,
Pico de Gallo,
a chili and onion pickle,
un Chilero,
some plantain chips,
Tajadas de plátano,
and avocado.
Avocado,
And also some sour cream.
Crema Acida.
Enjoy the video and make it yourself at home.
Enjoy!
The first decision we have to make a good Gallo Pinto is to choose the right kind of beans. First of all, don't use red beans from a can because they're soaked and cooked already and they are too soft, so if you start frying them they will just fall apart. We prefer these beans. They are Nicaraguan beans, which we buy in a Latin American shop in Brussels. But if you can't find these ones, you can just look for any kind of dried beans. So now we cut everything in small pieces. We're gonna add it to the boiling water. You can also add more spices if you want. For example, a bay leaf is always nice. And then you wait until the beans are cooked. Some beans will take longer. These ones are about an hour. This can go until 1 hour and a half or even 2 hours. And you should feel them with a fork. They should be cooked through, but not too soft, because otherwise, as with the canned beans, they will fall apart.
Yeah.
Now that our red beans are cooking on the fire, we have some time to prepare some salads on the side. And I recommend to do this one day before, so they can marinate the whole night in the fridge, so they are full of taste. Now, one of the most important salads in the Nicaraguan cuisine is the coleslaw salad, which is very easily done with cabbage. You can add some carrots, some onion, and 2 lemons. And then we also finish with a lot of vinegar. It has to bathe in vinegar and some nice Latin American spices, tajin. So we have almost all the ingredients of the coleslaw already shredded super fine. Now we're gonna bathe them in vinegar and also add some pepper, some salt, and the juice of 3 lemons. This is about 3/4 of 1 cabbage. Now you can also add different vegetables still. You can add bell peppers sliced super fine. You can even add cucumber or wheatloaf is also very nice with this. But now we're gonna keep it simple and traditional. So this is tajin. This is very nice seasoning. You can buy it online or in a Latin American store. It's some spicy salt. You can see with lime, and it's also delicious for cocktails. And we use it in all our salads here at the house. So this is optional. It's also fine if you don't find it, but it's very nice and recommended. Now we will make make the Pico de Gallo or chimol, which is Nicaragua's favorite tomato dip. It is onions with cilantro. In Nicaragua it's culantro, but we can use cilantro. Some lemons. I also will add chile, and instead of a normal onion, I feel fancy today and I will add a shallot. Now for the next essential part of the Nicaraguan cuisine is the chilero. It is an onion and chile pickle. So we have to cut it very fine, put it in vinegar and salt. We add some carrot because it's nice. And you can eat it with everything. You can eat it with meat or vegan meat. You can eat it in soups. You can eat it in salads. It's delicious. So the beans have been cooking for over 1 hour and a half now, so they will almost be ready. So it's time to prepare the other ingredients. Gallo Pinto is a fried rice, which means we're gonna cut this onion and this half a bell pepper in small cubes, and we will fry them in oil. And we will also already wash the rice. You cannot use any perfumed rice like jasmine rice. It should be just normal, tasteless, white, simple rice. Now, one of the biggest, the trickiest parts of the Gallo Pinto is that it should not be sticky. It cannot be one big bowl of rice. So we have to wash them very well, these rice grains, so all the starch is gone. So now we're gonna bring everything of the Gallo Pinto together. We're gonna put a frying pan with some oil in it. Gonna throw in there the onions and the bell pepper, and we're gonna let them fry up for a while. Once the onion and the pepper are getting softer, we will add the beans straight from the cooking pot. We will not throw away the cooking water. This is very important because we will need them afterwards. Then we will wait until the beans are dried out. You can see that the water is disappearing, evaporating. And then we will add the already washed rice. We will not cook the rice beforehand. So this is just the rice, the dry rice that we washed, that we will add to the pan. They will fry a bit with the beans, the onions and the pepper, and then we will add the liquid, the cooking liquid of the beans slowly to the pan. Not too much, because if you add too much, the rice will get too fluffy. That's it. We will show you right now. liquid of the beans, we not only give the rice a very nice red color, but also we give them all the taste of the beans, the peppers, the onions and the garlic that we put already in the beans. This part of the Gallo Pinto, we think it's better to do it also one day before. Once the rice and beans are ready, you can put them in the fridge and next day fry them again in a little bit of oil, which gives the best taste and the best texture. So we're now 10-15 minutes after adding the bean soup to the Gallo Pinto, and it already has a very nice color, which is nice. As you can see, the rice is still a bit watery, but we will now, and also you cannot taste it of course, but it's still a bit dry inside. It's not completely cooked through, but we will leave it now off the fire and it will cook through because of the warmth of the plate right now. Afterwards, we will, once it's cooled off, we will put it in the fridge overnight and tomorrow it's going to be ready to fry again. It's going to be delicious. Now, the next part of the recipe probably you will not find in any supermarket because you need plantains, bakbanaan in Dutch, plátano in Spanish. You have various kinds. We're going to make tajadas today, which are plantain chips, and you have many phases. These ones are still very green. I like them when they're very green to make tajadas. These ones are all a bit more ripe and these are very ripe. We like to use the green ones because they're more salty and less sweet. But you can also make tajadas with ripe plantains, which are a bit more sweeter. They cannot be too ripe because then they're just too soft and they will fall apart when you fry them. Now, another very typical part of the Nicaraguan cuisine is the Crema Acida, the sour cream, which is a bit more liquid than the sour cream we find here in Europe. What we try to do, or we like to do, is mix some Alpro soya yogurt. I like these ones, the Greek style, no sugars. And we mix them with some lemon and some salt. And you can just taste what you like. Now, the dinner we are making right now, people in Nicaragua would eat it ideally with meat or chicken or even with some fried cheese. Now, as vegans, of course, we don't want that, but we will eat it with avocado. Now, you can add, of course, like you know, some pepper, some salt, even some tajin and some lemon to the avocado. But because this dish is already so full of flavor with a lot of pepper, a lot of salt, a lot of lime, I will just eat it like this. Just cut it open and eat it fresh. Now, the last thing to do before we bring everything together is to refry the Gallo Pinto, like I said. So it's been one night in the fridge, and what I want is that it's a bit fried and a bit toasted. So once you see that the little rice grains are popping up, you know it's ready. So, what did you think about our first video?
I think it was nice, but maybe a little bit too long.
Yeah, well, so many of the recipes we have shared with you today are part of other recipes too. So the coleslaw salad, we have some, the Pico de Gallo, the Chilero, the Tajadas.
Sour cream.
The sour cream. So these will all come back in the next video. So it was logical to start with this one because it has so many different Nicaraguan dishes. So see you in the future with more videos and with more food.
Yes. See you.